And we're back live here at Joe Santos Field for game number 8. Game number 8, Global Ed Solutions versus the Wild Oglalas from Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Global Ed, local team here, Pueblo, Colorado. For Global Ed Solutions, it'll be Matt Thornton at second base, Jake Galino in left field, Drew Vigil at shortstop, Eli Trujillo, center field. Mario Arellano at third base. Josh Tejas, right field. Devin Johnson, first base. Anthony Icabone, the designated player. Juan Santiago will be behind the plate. And doing the pitching will be Callie Freed. For the Wild Oglalas will be Chevy Red Bear in center field. Amos Two Bulls behind the plate. Jeremiah Braveheart at second base. Isaiah Martin at third base, Orrin Morrison at first base, Drew Blacksmith in left field, Kyle Morrison in right field, Jodine Blacksmith will be your pitcher, and Jaden Long Soldier at shortstop. We're getting ready to go here. Top of the first inning, leading off will be Matt Thornton, second baseman. Matt Thornton, longtime veteran ISC player. Many years, Kansas City Monarchs, Toros, Rio Grande Senators, among just a few. First pitch is a strike to Thornton. Kind of windy here in Pueblo right now. We're hoping it calms down a little. Joe Blacksmith on the mound. Ground ball. Gets through for a base hit for Thornton. Thornton leads it off with a single to right field. Brings to the plate the left fielder, Jake Galina. Number 8, Jake Galina at the plate. Squares the bunt. Gets it down. Safe, and the ball's going into right field. Galina goes back to first. Thornton's going to score from first base on the bunt. And Global Ed's on the board already, 1-0. With nobody out, we got the shortstop, Drew Vigil, number 9. Joe Blacksmith on the mound for the Wild Oglalas. In there for a strike. Snap throw back to first, safe. Ground ball. And unable to make the exchange. Shortstop fielder of the ball just wasn't able to team up with the second baseman to get that out at second. So we got runners at first and second with nobody out. Eli Trujillo, the center fielder. 1-0 Global Ed early. Pass ball. Moves the runners over to second and third. Nobody out here at the top of the first. Eli Trujillo at the plate, center fielder, facing Joe Blacksmith, Pine Ridge, South Dakota. And Trujillo draws a walk, bringing up third baseman Mario Arellano. Former Pueblo and now residing in the Mile High City. Mario Ariano. Base hit. Oh, it's ground. The pitcher stops it, and they throw it away. And 2 runs will score on that. Hard hit back to the pitcher. Ricocheted off his glove. Now we got Josh Tejas coming to the plate. Right fielder, Josh Tejas. He hit another hard shot off the pitcher. He got a glove on it though, folks. I think he's okay. But it may have hit his arm as a hard line drive right back up the middle. We got timeout on the field here. Blacksmith says he's okay. We'll get going again. 4-0 early here. Top of the first. Brings to the plate Devin Johnson. First baseman, Devin Johnson. Head baseball coach at Central High School. Got his team to the playoffs this year. Two and 0. Runners at first and second with nobody out here in the first inning. 4-0, Global Ed. Just got a hot dog brought to me by Paula Santos, my wife. Just getting hungry in here. And that's a base hit for Dev Johnson. Scores Ariano, and the ball's over the overthrown. And Tejas comes in to score. And we got a 6-0 ball game here already in the first inning. With nobody out, we got the designated player number 2, Anthony Icabone, at the plate. Runner on third, nobody out. That's into the gap in left center. And it stays in the park, but Icabone will be in there for a stand-up double. Scores Devin Johnson. We got a 7-0. 7-0. Global Ed coming out strong here. Game number 8, Joe Santos Memorial Tournament. Juan Santiago's our hitter now, the catcher. That's a base hit into right field. He's out at the plate. Nice throw. 1 out. We got the designated runner going in for Santiago. 1 out. And we're back to the top of the order. Second baseman, Matt Thornton, number 22. 1 out, runner at first. 7-0, Global Ed Solutions, up early. Fly ball into center. That wind's playing tricks with it. And I believe we got a catch by the shortstop. Came all the way over for the second base side. A lot of wind out here right now. 2 outs. Runner at first, Jake Galena, left fielder. But Global Ed Solution come out hot, put up 7. Still got an out to work with. They're running bases. Stolen base, and he's going to go home. He's turned around. Aggressive base running. 7-0, 2 outs. First inning. Jake Galena, the hitter. Runner on third with 2 outs. Ground ball over to third. Over to first. That's 3 outs. That's 3. No need for the throw home. 3 outs. But Global Ed scores 7 in the top of the first. We'll be going to the bottom half of the first inning. 7-0 Global Ed Solutions.
Fort Lewis College has a very large Indigenous student body. We take a lot of pride in that. And serving Indigenous communities is part of our mission. It's part of who we are.
For Fort Lewis to be able to change lives, they need the financial support. They need the generosity of Alpine Bank.
And we're ready. Bottom of the first for the Wild Oglalas will be Chevy Red Bear. Chevy Red Bear's our hitter, center fielder. Kelly Freed pitching to Juan Santiago for Global Ed Solutions. One and one count. Bottom of the first, 7-0 Global Ed Solutions. Foul ball. Our next game will be a good one. Lakota Elite from the Badlands, South Dakota versus the Kansas City Outlaws. That should be a good one coming up next. And Freed gets the leader, swinging for out number 1. Brings up the catcher, Amos Two Bulls for the Wild Oglala. Pine Ridge, South Dakota. First pitch is down. Ball 1. Right-hander Kelly Freed. And he comes back even, swinging 1-1. 7-0 Global Ed. Bottom of the first. And attempted bump. Swing and a miss.
That's only, Gino, was that only 1-2? Yeah, 1-2. That's only 2 strikes.
One ball, 2 strikes. We got a ball and 2 strikes to 2 Bulls with 1 out. And a swing and a miss for out number 2. We have Jeremiah Braveheart coming to the plate. Second baseman. Kelly Freed, right-hander, doing the pitching today for Global Ed, and drop ball in there for a strike. Swinging. Second baseman Jeremiah Braveheart. Freed, clocking Freed there at 65 there. Heating it up a little bit. Change up. 51. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball's in the dirt for 2-2. Bottom of the first. And the count's going to go full here to Braveheart. Battles the count to full. 3-2. Jeremiah Braveheart, second baseman, facing Kelly Freed. Global Ed Solutions up 7-0. And he's going to walk him. Ball 4. Braveheart draws a 2-out walk. Brings up Isaiah Martin, our third baseman, with 2 outs. The Oglalas trying to get something going here. Wild Oglalas from Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Ball 1. Freed seems to be having some trouble finding the zone right here in the first. These last 2 batters. Ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. So the Wild Oglalas they're in business here with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Brings up Orrin Morrison, the first baseman. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Global Ed up 7-0 here early. Bottom of the first. Foul ball. Freed comes out stronger here on Morrison, working in the count, working ahead 0-2 to Orrin Morrison. Runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Change up, nice pitch. Got him for out number 3. Freed changed him up, got him off balance. So after one inning here at Joe Santos Field, we got Global Ed Solutions 7-0. Going to the second.
Fort Lewis College has a very large Indigenous student body. We take a lot of pride in that. And serving Indigenous communities is part of our mission. It's part of who we are.
For Fort Lewis to be able to change lives, they need the financial support. They need the generosity of Alpine Bank.
And we're back. Top of the second inning. Drew Vigil, the hitter, the shortstop. 7-0 Global Ed. Jumped on him right away. 5 hits in a row to start the game. Jodine Blacksmith pitching. This is game 8, losers bracket game here. Both teams trying to fight their way back through the losers bracket, get to Sunday. Foul ball. Changeup, fouled off. Vigil got enough of it. And Vigil draws a walk. Leadoff walk for Drew Vigil. Brings to the plate. Eli Trujillo, the center fielder. Nobody out here in the top of the second. In there for a strike. Blacksmith still battling here. Over to first. Not in time. Safe. Umpires today. Gino Ducey behind the plate. Bill Crabtree on the bases. Swing and a miss. And over to first. Not in time. One ball, 2 strikes to Eli Trujillo, center fielder. Pop up there, and no, he couldn't get it. Off the fence. Nice try by Morrison, the first baseman. He's a pretty tall guy, too, and he just wasn't tall enough. 1-2 to Trujillo. And nice play by the shortstop, but just not in time. So Global Ed's in business again here in the second inning. Brings up third baseman Mario Arellano. In there for a strike to Arellano. Jodine Blacksmith still pounding the zone here. Top of the second. Foul ball. So Ariano finds himself 0-2 here. See what Blacksmith comes with here. Oh, through for a base hit into left field. Ariano will move over to second on the throw. RBI single for Ariano. He moves over on the throw. And it's now 8-0 in favor of Global Ed Solutions, with runners on second and third here in the second inning. Again, game 9, our next one, should be a doozy. Lakota Elite and the KC Outlaws. Over the shore, throws not in time, gets by the first baseman. Trujillo scores from third. And we're going to make a change here. Number 28, Bob Galena checks in for Devin Johnson. And we also had a defensive change too. Still waiting for Pistol Pete Madrid to make his debut here. Ball 1 to Galena. Runners on first and third with nobody out. Two and 0 to Bobby Galena. And that pitch gets by the catcher. We got runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the second. 3-0 to Bobby Galena. In there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Full count. Joe Dean Blacksmith. 3-2. Runners on second and third. And Galena draws a walk. Should be 9.
Yeah. Oh, is it? What's that? Oh, it was hidden with this.
9-0, Global Ed. Bases loaded for the designated player Anthony Icabone. Icabone doubled his first time at bat. In there, swing and a miss. Ground ball, that's going to get by the shortstop, and it's going to score a couple runs. Ariano and Tejas both score. 2 RBI single for Anthony Icabone. Brings the score to 11-0. Brings up Juan Santiago, catcher. Good idea. Just missed it, first baseman. Probably had a shot at him, but it got by him, and Icabone's going to go all the way to third. He may score, but he's holding put at third. 12-0 now. This one's getting away from the Oglalas. Juan Santiago's at the plate, catcher. And that's off the third baseman, hard hit. And over the first baseman's head, and we're going to score another run. Ichabone scores from third. And we're back to the top of the order. Matt Thornton, second baseman. And looks like the DR will come in for the catcher. Oh, he's going to have to run. The DR is going to come in and hit, so Juan's going to have to run for himself. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Matt Thornton, second baseman. 13-0 Global Ed Solutions, Pueblo, Colorado. Foul ball. That looked like that hurt. Thornton's going to walk that one off. One ball, two strikes here to Matt Thornton. Joe Dean Blacksmith on the mound. And that's going to go out of play. Runner at first, nobody out. And that's a hard shot, but it just went foul. And we got a strikeout. Thornton goes down swinging for out number one. Number 28 checks in for Galena. We just have a first name, Nick. That's all we have for him. Foul ball. (13-0) here in the top of the second. Ground ball to third. Over to second. Safe at first. Two outs. Runner at first. And looks like we're going to have Drew Vigil coming to the plate. Shortstop Drew Vigil. Got a ball in, Gino, from right field. That one's deep into left center. No, it stays in here. And stand-up double for Drew Vigil. Runners at second and third here. Eli Trujillo will be our hitter now. Center fielder Eli Trujillo. Two outs, one out. What do we got? Two? Two outs, yes, sir. That's in there. That's a shot to the fence by Trujillo. That's going to score 2 runs. 2 RBI double. Number 23, Pete Madrid, checks into the game for Global Ed. Ball 1 to Madrid. Runner at second, 2 outs. And that's into center field. And it gets by the center fielder, and Madrid's going. Triple for Pete Madrid. (16-0). Brings up Josh Tejas with 2 outs. Foul ball in the box, says home plate umpire Gino Ducey. Oh, nice play for the 3rd out by Orrin Morrison. 3 outs. We're going to go to the bottom of the 2nd. Here from Pueblo, Colorado, Joe Santos Memorial Tournament. Got Global Ed leading over the Wild Oglalas. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. And we're back. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Global Ed Solutions leading this one. Callie Freed on the mound, delivers first pitch, strike. One and one. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And got him for out number 1. Kelly Freed comes back with the changeup to get the leader. 1 out. Kyle Morrison, the hitter. In there for a strike. Kelly Freed got him at 65. Got him at 65 on that pitch. He's been in the mid-60s here this afternoon. And that's in there for a base hit. Base hit for Kyle Morrison. Brings up the pitcher, Joe Dean Blacksmith. 1 out, runner at first. Joe Dean Blacksmith, the hitter. 1 out, runner at first. Kelly Freed on the mound for Global Ed. That's a base hit into right field. And bobbled by the right fielder. And we're going to have runners at the corner. Base hit for Blacksmith. And here comes Marcus Palmer, the DR. Marcus Palmer in for the pitcher. We got runners at first and third and 1 out. Jaden Long Soldier. All 2-0. Runners on the corners. Wild Oglalas trying to get back in this game. Ground ball. Palmer. Double play out of it. 6-4-3 double play.
Fort Lewis College has a very large Indigenous student body. We take a lot of pride in that. And serving Indigenous communities is part of our mission. It's part of who we are.
For Fort Lewis to be able to change lives, they need the financial support. They need the generosity of Alpine Bank.
Are we back? Back here, top of the third. 87 degrees here in Pueblo. But breezy. Very breezy here. 87 and sunny here. Gino Ducey and Bill Crabtree, our umpires for this afternoon. For Global Ed, we got Devin Johnson, who re-enters at the mound. Up to hit. And they're making a defensive adjustment out here before we start here in the third. Never enough strategy, Jeff. Big Dev Johnson, head baseball coach, Central High School, the Wildcats. Johnson swinging a miss. Big Dev Johnson enjoyed a pretty good season in his inaugural year with the Big Blue. Took the team to the playoffs. Lost a hard-fought contest in the regional final last week. And we got Devin back here playing fast pitch. And Johnson's going to base hit up the middle. Base hit, leadoff base hit for Devin Johnson. It looks like the flex Callie Freed's going to hit for himself. We got it. Callie Freed has been doing the pitching this afternoon. Gonna get an AB, and it's a base hit for Freed down the left field line. It's gonna probably be extra bases. Johnson's gonna score. Brings up Juan Santiago. Swing and a miss. One out. Line drive to third baseman. Nice play. One out here. Gets us to the top of the order. Second baseman, Matt Thornton. Runner on second with one out. And that's going to be a base hit for Thornton. And Freed scores from second. One out. Brings up Nick. And our next game, folks, he's starting here in about 20 minutes. Will be the KC Outlaws versus the Lakota Elite. Should be a good one. Swing and a miss. Throw over to first. Not in time. Foul ball. Runner at first for Global Ed. And that's ball 4. He draws a walk. We'll have runners at first and second for the shortstop, Drew Vigil, with 1 out here. Mercy rule will be in effect here in the bottom of the 3rd. Trujillo takes a swing. Excuse me, Drew Vigil. Foul ball. And that's a base hit down the third base line. Double for Drew Vigil. Brings up the center fielder, Eli Trujillo, with 1 out. He's off the base, Gino. He's off the base. Two outs. Rudder left too soon. The ball's dead, so then we got 2 outs still. Trujillo will still be hitting here. We got a runner at second. Drew Vigil remains at second. 2 outs. Eli Trujillo's the hitter. And Vigil leaves early. 3 outs. So we'll be going to the bottom of 3rd. Mercy rule will be in effect here for the Wild Oglalas.
Fort Lewis College has a very large Indigenous student body. We take a lot of pride in that. And serving Indigenous communities is part of our mission. It's part of who we are.
For Fort Lewis to be able to change lives, they need the financial support. They need the generosity of Alpine Bank.
And we're ready. We're good. Bottom of 3rd. Mercy rule will be in effect here. 3 outs. Kelly Freed on the mound. There's only 2 strikes here. They're throwing it around here. I think there was some confusion because the base runner ran, so the catcher throws it over to first, but only 2 strikes.
Sorry, man, I'm having trouble with this.
And the leadoff hitter draws a walk. Nobody out here. Mercy rule will be in effect. Freed delivers with a strike. Global Ed Solution pounding out over 20 hits here in this game. Swinging hot sticks, swinging a miss. Kelly Freed on the mound. Got him looking for out number 1. Brings up Palmer. He'll be hitting with 1 out, runner on first. Stolen base. Foul ball. 2 strikes. 1 out here. Run rule will be in effect here, bottom of the 3rd inning. Global Ed Solutions should move on to the 6 p.m. game tonight against the New Mexico Braves. Foul ball. Palmer staying alive here. While Oglalas, they'll move over into game 10 at 4:45. And it's got him for out number 2. Kelly Freed. Keeping the guys off balance here this afternoon. And he got thrown out trying to steal third. That's the ball game. Final score from the Joe Santos Memorial Tournament, 19-0 in favor of Global Ed Solutions. Global Ed Solutions, like I said, will be moving into the 6 p.m. game tonight versus the New Mexico Braves, where the Wild Oglalas will go to game 10 at 4:45 p.m. today. Hey, next up, KC Outlaws and Lakota Elite. See ya.
Fort Lewis College has a very large Indigenous student body. We take a lot of pride in that. And serving Indigenous communities is part of our mission. It's part of who we are.
For Fort Lewis to be able to change lives, they need the financial support. They need the generosity of Alpine Bank.